In your pursuit of personal development, do you often say, hey, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it? Well, maybe yes, and maybe no. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And I'm sorry we have to interrupt this program because we have an emergency over the skies of Memphis. Let's go right now to our Skyway reporter, Malcolm Alter. Malcolm, what's going on up there? Well, thank you very much, ED. This is Malcolm Alter, high above the skies of Memphis. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you what's going on. We've heard from some transportation officials that the Interstate 40 bridge linking Arkansas and Tennessee could take months to repair after a crack was found in the span, forcing thousands of truck and cars to detour and shutting down shipping on a section of the Mississippi River. I'll give you more as I have it. Now back to you, ED. Well, thank you, Malcolm. And first of all, don't call me ED. I hate that. All right. Anyway, we're talking about the bridge closure, the infrastructure damage done to the bridge between the states of Arkansas and Tennessee. And why are we looking at that in terms of personal development? Well, first of all, once again, when you are focused on something, everything around you will start to connect to that particular focus. So how does a bridge having structural problems connect to personal development? Well, let's talk about it. And actually, there's two different ways that we're going to take a look at this. First of all, I'm going to give you some quotes from a couple of articles, and I'm going to point out to you the similarities, and you'll say, my goodness, yeah, that makes sense. The why and because I'm doing this is because, to be candid with you, as far as becoming a success is concerned, you already know how to do it. Don't have to teach you. These are common sense things. But let's take a look at them and see where they fit into place. All right, a congressional Democrat from Tennessee flagged the crack as a warning sign of the urgent need to act on fixes to the nation's infrastructure. Okay, we're taking a look at the nation's infrastructure. How do you do that? Well, first of all, you have to examine. You have to inspect to expect and expect to inspect. What do we mean by that? Very simple. You have to inspect what's going on and see that you're going to get what you expect when you do the inspection. Well, that's why you do them, because you want to see if there are any cracks in your foundation. Because the bridge is a vital piece of America's infrastructure for moving traffic and freight around the country. What about the infrastructure of your business? You have to continually take a look and see how it's going, because as time moves on and technology advances, guess what? The same old doesn't make it. As they say, the one thing about business that's constant is that it changes. So you always have to be looking for cracks in your infrastructure. The 6-lane bridge Hernando de Soto into Memphis was shut down Tuesday after inspectors found a significant fracture in one of the two 900-foot horizontal steel beams that are crucial for the bridge's integrity. Okay, we're talking about integrity, the integrity of your business. What does that mean? Does that mean that you are able to have solid ground in what it is you're trying to, either the service you're trying to sell or the product you're trying to sell? Do you follow what I'm saying? You've got to have that unquestioned integrity. Otherwise, your structure could tumble down like nobody's business. We have critical findings and one of the members has split. We need to get people off that bridge immediately. Okay? How often is it before you wait until the member has split before you take some action? In other words, you wait until the catastrophe is just about there before you make a move. Hello, McFly. Ounce of prevention, pound of cure. You've got to look at things constantly. You've got to reflect constantly. You've got to measure progress constantly. If you're not doing that, then your integrity is in question, isn't it? This fracture had the potential of becoming a catastrophic event that was prevented by our staff's diligent effort in managing our bridge inspection program. Once again, you must constantly be looking at the structure of your business from top to bottom. You have to do inspections. Most leaders will go in and they'll have an office hours, let's say 9 to 5. But the really good leaders go in early, not every day, but once in a while. When I was running my offices, I was there early morning every single day. I was the first one in, so that was not an issue. But staying late and going out into the field with my people, I would go out and stay late. Not every day, but I would stay late many times to inspect what's going on. It does two things for you. First of all, when you show up and they're not expecting you to show up, then people are on edge. You're saying, what if the boss shows up? What if he shows up? Or what if she shows up? I need to make sure that I'm doing the right stuff. That's number one. And number two, when you do show up, then you're in a position to see what's really going on. And if you're not there, if you're just, getting your information secondhand, while the people that you work with, your, generals that you have working under you are trustworthy, sometimes they don't see everything that you see. Does that make sense? Because you are more experienced. If you're actually the leader, then theoretically, you know more than they know, and being in a position to actually be there and take part in it is critical. So as someone that's the leader of an organization, it's essential that you, and once again, you don't have to do this every day, you arrive early and inspect what's going on early, because people say, well, I'll never know if he's going to show up. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And the same thing is true as far as being there late in the day. You can't be there all the time, but every once in a while, make sure that you stick your head in and you see what's going on and you inspect it, because each piece of the puzzle is critical to achieving your vision. It's like putting the picture that's on the box up against the wall, and you have all the pieces right in front of you, and you're taking a look at it, and yet there's a piece missing from the middle or a piece missing from the beginning. The integrity of the picture that you're trying to portray is highly affected. It's highly affected. So you've got to be there and you've got to see firsthand what's going on. Once again, not all the time, but every once in a while, because it keeps people on their toes, it keeps people on edge. It puts them in a position where they want to make sure that things are doing well. Certainly, it's plausible that this could be months rather than weeks, an official said during a news conference. We're hopeful that we can find a solution that would allow us to proceed with some opening of traffic, but right now, we just don't know. Okay, what's the point here as far as personal development is concerned? They have an issue. Let's go further. They have a problem. They need to get that bridge rocking and rolling again, so that traffic, that's one of the major thoroughfares in this country that allows truck traffic to go back and forth. That would be a tremendous hit on the economy all the way around. I can't even go into all the different ways it would be a hit to the economy. They don't know what the end result's going to be, but they do have a starting line. So even though they don't know what the end result will be, now they have pictured in their mind what they want the end result to be. They want that bridge to be safe, and they want the traffic to be flowing like it was before. But right now, right this minute, they don't know what steps they have to take to put them there. but they do know where the starting line is. And the starting line is, in this particular case, is to get some inspectors up there to assess the damage. And then once they assess the damage, then they'll be in a position to say, okay, this is the information we have. Now, that's the result we want to get. How are we going to get there? What's the next starting line? What's the next thing that we have to do? And as you go to each starting line, as we've mentioned so many times on this very channel, a new starting line will evolve once you hit a roadblock, a stopping point, or to be very candid with you, once the bridge goes down. So this is a real life situation that happens to people in life, happens to companies in life. You get to a bridge and you can't cross it. So what do you have to do? You have to make detours. So they are in the process of making detours. So instead of going over Highway 40, they're going to be going over Interstate 55. You know, they're making their plans, they're making their contingency plans, but the point is, you get to a starting line. You don't have to have all of the pieces that you're going to need to follow in place to get a solution. The first thing you do is get to a starting line, and then once you do that, the next starting line will appear. This is true in business. This is true on a personal level. And always remember, let's not ration the passion. Thank you, Malcolm from the helicopter. Let's not ration the passion. Let's fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.